Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Whitaker, but you probably already know that from the name of the channel. And this is just a message for one Kevin Smith, and it will be as sincere as I possibly can make it. Now, Kevin Smith, you have many fans that know you. You know, you are the Joe Rogan, who's not a MMA fighter. You are the Kevin James, who's not really as funny on his own or original. You are the Adam Sandler. Yeah, no, that's it. You're just another version of Adam Sandler. Basically, I've seen you around a lot, and every single time I see you, something bad just comes up. Like, I remember the first movie I watched from you, Tusk. I love that movie. You know, people didn't like it, but I love it because it's good horror and comedy at the same time, and I love it. You know, Justin Long, he that's how I found out about him, and I appreciate it. But the following ones, such as Yoga Hosers, I really wanted to like that, but I can't. I just can't like it. I tried liking it so much. I watched it twice. The first time, I was so confused. So it takes place in the same world as Tusk, but nothing about Tusk is mentioned except the people around it. No, I get you trying to make your own cinematic universe, but it's just bad. Even I had to say this. Like, I love Tusk, but I don't think I can love Yoga Hosers. I don't think I can like this. I've tried so hard with this. The German Nazi sausages and the Johnny Depp's daughter and your daughter, whose name is Harley Quinn Smith. I guess I figured out why you named her that. I think everyone figured out why you named her that, but that's cool. I don't really care. 'Cause the point is, I really can't like yoga hosers, and I don't want this video to be just about this. So I'm just gonna say it one last time. I don't think I can. It's almost nothingness. It's like trying to be hip at the same time as being comedic, and just doesn't work. It's like you made Tusk and tried to figure out what can I do that's complete opposite of this, the polar opposite, but still put in the same universe as Tusk. And you made it 2 years later. And then afterwards, you say you're going to make something called Moose Jaws. Please, Kevin Smith, do not make Moose Jaws. I don't want to see Moose Jaws. If the bar gets lower and lower with this, I don't want to know what a shark with moose antlers could possibly be. A shark attack with moose antlers that takes place in the same universe as Yoga Hosers, which takes place in the same universe as Tusk, in your cinematic podcast universe, because all your ideas come from a podcast. And I know this, everyone knows this because you show it that you get the ideas from the podcast. Every single end credit, you have a podcast and just basically say, yeah, that's why I got this crazy idea for a whole freaking movie. I got it because someone told me a joke, and that's it. I made a bad joke into a almost 2 hour movie twice. I'm probably gonna do it a third time. That's not good. That's not a good idea. No one's really do that, but Kevin Smith, I see that you do it and people like it a lot. So I have to say, don't always listen to your fans. I don't know what the age demographic of your fans are, but I can tell you right now, I watched Yoga Hosers when I was like 15, and I still couldn't like it. I really still couldn't like it. So they have to be younger or slightly older than 15 if they defending you so much like this. When I mean defend, I don't mean giving actual reasons, just telling people to screw off, telling people, oh, my penis is bigger than yours. Shut up. And yeah, that's not really good defense. Just don't listen to your fans when it comes to this. Basically, they just rile you up and you take it as good feedback. But no, I really think the whole entertainment aspect of this is them seeing how far you'll go with this. Now, Yoga Hosers, I'll talk about Yoga Hosers one last time and I'm done. I realize that it has a lot of production to it, and you are an actual filmmaker. Like you're basically Tommy Wiseau in the 2010s. Everything is good quality, and you somehow managed to get Stan Lee and Kevin Conroy in the same movie along with Johnny Depp, and it's still bad. Like I really want to say it's objectively bad because people are gonna watch it and maybe come to this video and say, "Hey, it was actually pretty good." You know what you're talking about, but I have to say, I don't know what was going on in it. I mean, I do, but I don't know why it was happening. Like none of this did anything, and yet you put in the same world as Tusk, where things did happen with all these characters, and it's like a cruel joke that you made, but it's not even funny. I don't even think you laughed at it. I really don't know if you did this as a joke or for a cash grab. I don't know. But speaking of cash grabs, I guess I have to talk about you defending DC and Marvel's new futures. Like I said, DC, yeah, DC is kind of dying, and so is Marvel. But now, according to you, you say that Marvel and DC is doing great. You defended basically Justice League, saying that it was very good, very entertaining, and very deep. And while when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, you still stuck with Justice League, trying your best to show how deep it was when no, it was just another clone of MCU's formula for roller coaster movies. I the only thing I see out of you is just being a corporate shill for Marvel and DC. You have a channel where you react to things and you pretend like you're excited for them, like a consumer, even though I think everyone can see that you work for these people. So obviously, no, not really a consumer. You're more you're just a shill, but you still want people to believe that you're one of them. You want people to believe that you're exactly like us. Yeah, I'm exactly like you. Well, no, you make movies with the most famous people on the planet, and they're still bad somehow, and you still get them in the theaters, even though their ideas came from a podcast you made. A podcast, and it wasn't even your idea. It was the person you put in the podcast who came up with it, so you can't even say you did it. Like everything you do, you just try and back it up, but no, it's not good. No matter how many times you say it's good, it's not good. And then you have the Jay and Silent Bob reboot after, I don't know, let me think. 15 years the last one came out? I mean, the first one came out, not the last one, the first one, because that was the only one you made. So basically, you made a reboot of something that no one really heard about, except it had Mark Hamill in it. So again, you have famous people. Somehow you have connections to all these famous people, but you don't know how to make an actual film. You have all this money, you have all this power, all this leverage, but you still suck at doing everything. And while this is being well, I said this is going to be sincere. I really mean that. I don't think you really put in that much effort. I think everything you do is just some kind of irony high or just half baked. And you try and cover it in a tarp of, oh, this is so deep, you'll never understand it. And your fans do the same thing. They say, you know what, you just don't get it. It's the Kevin Smith way. Well, yeah, you're right, I don't get it. No one else gets it because there's nothing to get. It's just bad humor, no actual message to it. And yeah, that's just that. And still, and I mean still, you'd probably still shill for whatever the MCU's coming out with. I already know you're shilling for the Batman with Black Jim Gordon, uh, a younger Bruce Wayne, even though he's Robert Pattinson's in his 30s. That movie should not be made, but you don't care. You're getting paid to say you like it, and it's not genuine. Nothing feels genuine. And even though I like Tusk, there are a lot of people who hate it. So I guess in a way I am sort of a fan, but not really. That's as far as I go. And there's a good chance you might actually see this since you have a YouTube channel and you react to things, even if they are in poor quality, poor resolution. My finger right now is moving way faster than the camera can track. But yeah, that's my message to you. You are very much more likely to see this than anyone else I've made a message for. And yeah, I guess the last thing I have to say is just be more genuine about things. And stop trying to make everything a joke and stop trying to make horrible things seem deep because it just shows how much of a liar you are. It's a corporate shill. Do better.